Hello ladies, I just wanted to hop on real quick and do a quick tutorial. I've got a virtual conference coming up, and so I thought I'd get on here and just do a quick makeup tutorial. So first things first, I've got a couple new products that I wanted to show you guys today. One of them being the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. And also I have this LA Girl Luminous Glow, which is really pretty. But you guys know me, first things first, we're gonna use the Be-YOU-tiful Rose Water Toning Spritz. Hey Sue. So I spread it all over my face. And my face is actually clean, so I always love to hydrate my face before I even start my makeup. And then I'm going to use the Be-YOU-tiful Protecting Veil SPF 30. A little bit of this goes a long way, so I use just about that much. And you guys know in my videos, I always start with sunscreen. Even on days when it's not sunny, you always want to put sunscreen on. I got these earrings. Are these so cute? I got these earrings at Target. Target has some of the cutest stud earrings. I've always been one to wear long, dangly earrings, and I find that the older that I get, I feel like my ears are starting to sag or my holes. So I try to be more mindful of just earrings that are not heavy. So next I will, I'm gonna actually do the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer, just to prime my skin. And I'll just use about that much, just to blur out the fine lines and wrinkles. And all over my nose, I like to put it in my T-zone. And for those of you that you don't know, this is your T-zone, basically straight across the forehead. I always like to get, I have pores, a lot of pores on the sides of my nose. So I always like to get along the side. Hi Jennifer. Along the side of my nose. So we'll do that and just air that off. Just let that sit in. And I always bring my drink. The key is to stay hydrated with your skin. I try to drink at least 2 or 3 of those a day if I can. Hi Vicky. I miss you guys. Tell Sean I said hi. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl Luminous Glow. This is a great brand, especially for if you're on a budget. You can usually find it at CVS, Walgreens, Target may sell it, I'm not sure, but they have a ton of products that I love. So this Luminous Glow, you'll be able to see. I'm all about products that, so you can see just that, kind of that natural glow from within. Now, depending on what foundation you use, sometimes it ends up getting covered up. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm actually gonna try 2 different foundations today to see. So I don't know how many of you are on here are BoxyCharm subscribers. I love BoxyCharm just because I think it's 20. I think I've talked about this before. It's 25 bucks a month. You get 5 full-size products. But then they also have sales, like add-ons where you can buy. So last month I got the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation, and this month you can get this for $12 as an add-on. So great, that's a great deal. Because I think Becca Foundation runs like $42 at Ulta and Sephora. So I'm gonna get my beauty blender. Where is my spritzer? And I just use my Milani. And I just dampen the beauty blender. I usually try to do both sides because I use both sides. Hi Debbie. So So this is actually a pump. I've been using self tanner, so I tanned myself this morning. I always use I think it's the Jergens Glow Face Tanner. I typically put that on right after I get out of the shower. And that one's actually better because I don't know about you, but when I use self tanner that I use on my body, on my face, it tends to make me break out. So that one is actually formulated for your face. So I just prefer to use that one. So I'll just start with this much. And it looks like it may be, it's hard to see my neck because of all the comments, but we're gonna go with it. I'm at home, so if I look a little too tan, who's gonna know? Hi Debbie, tell Rich and Dan I said hello. I haven't seen them forever. I saw that Rich is with Dory, which I think is so cute because we all went to school together, and I would have never, I'm sure probably back then they would have never pictured each other together, but I love that when people get together after high school and they actually went to high school together. They're super cute together. And yummy, so I will turn my Beauty Blender upside down and really get in to my pores on my nose. And the tip of my nose is always red. So I don't know if anyone suffers from a Rudolph nose like me, but I definitely do. So you want to just make sure I always just pull my hair back and always drag down. So typically when I self-tan, like I said, so I'll usually do from like the neck down. I will use the Jergens, but it's usually never as dark as my self-tanner. So just naturally my face is always, Vicky, is that the face tanner makes you orange? If so, if you give me a minute, I will show you another one you can try. And I'll actually show you what I use to apply it to. And I will bring that up on my eyes. Okay, that looks pretty good. I was gonna mix it with, and I'll probably just try this in a different video, Makeup Revolution, their foundation. I wanna say it's $12. Super full coverage, great drugstore foundation. And you can get this at Ulta, Makeup Revolution. So I'll save that for another day. And then I hear Bear trying to get in. He's right outside the door. The face and body. Okay, give me just a second. I want to show you. I'm going to show you what I use. Okay, so I'm not sure. So this is the Natural Glow. This is the face one that I use. It's super cheap, but I put this on every day after the shower. It is medium to tan. So Vicky, I know you have more fair skin. I don't know if you would try like the light to medium, maybe. Bye, Debbie. And then for all over my body, I use this Jergens Natural Glow Instant Sun. I use deep bronze, so I go for the darker. I also use the L'Oreal Sublime Bronze in medium. I will say that this one definitely smells better. It's got coconut water and vitamin E in it. It really doesn't transfer to clothing, which I love, but I actually love the color of this one on me better. It definitely transfers to clothing. I get it everywhere. But so usually a lot of times, only since I'm working from home, did I do it this morning, but a lot of times I'll do it before bed. I'll wear sweatpants, a long sleeve shirt, just so it doesn't get on my sheets. But Vicky, I would say try the light to medium, because I know that you have that porcelain fair skin. And if the Jergens doesn't work, definitely try out the L'Oreal, the Sublime Bronze. But yeah, it definitely smells much better. I hate smelling like fake tan. And then I use these Vita Liberata mitts, and I get these at Ulta. I think it's like a pack of 2 for like $8. totally guessing on these prices, but you guys, you get my drift. I'm a bougie on a budget kind of girl, so I definitely like high-end stuff, but I probably have way more drugstore than I do high-end. So now we're gonna do concealer. I know, it's like, which one do I want to do? So I've got the It by Under Eye, and I got the NYX Born to Glow. Obviously this one's way more expensive. So I'm gonna try the NYX Born to Glow, because this is something that would be more affordable for you guys. And just the whole NYX line is just awesome. I mean, their butter gloss, their lip glosses are awesome. And you can get it at Target. I think my CVS here has it. And I know I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of getting makeup at CVS because they've got the beauty program. I find when I go to Walgreens, I feel like I have to spend like $250 on anything to get like $1 off. It's crazy. The rewards program at Walgreens is not good. Bye, Vicky. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to attend a virtual conference, which my attention span is not that great. So sitting in a conference, and it goes literally until like HWC, which is the company I used to work for, they're doing a mixology, and that's not even until 7:30 tonight. I'm skipping that one because there's no way I'm staying online for the next 6 hours of my life. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye. I'm just gonna use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I always use this middle banana shade. And look, my finger, at least the polish came off this time. At least. But I have an appointment on Thursday. I've contemplated, honestly, just trying to do my nails myself. But I have such oily fingernails, I feel like, that regular nail polish will last a day or two. And there's just something about sitting in that chair and having somebody do it for me that I love. It's my me time, right? I will definitely always get pedicures. Those that will. Elizabeth, remember when we had to go to that one place together on the east side? I love that lady that always did our nails. Okay, so I'm using the MAC. This is the Paint Pot and Ochre, Soft Ochre. And I always use this to prep my eyes. So Chris, my husband, was putting together my desk. And it's like the further we got into putting together my desk, just realizing that it's just not high quality. So he came down this morning. He said, that's it. We're taking it back to Target. And we've bought almost all of our furniture from Pottery Barn, and now we know why. Because not only is it good quality, but they come and actually put it together for you. I mean, literally, we got that desk and it had probably 1,000 screws. It was ridiculous. Hi, Lorna. Okay, so next what do I want to do next? I'm gonna do my brows next. So I know I think I featured this yesterday. It's the Unique Moodstruck Brow Obsession Palette. Ladies, I have to tell you, I've tried a ton of brow products. My biggest issue with powders, I use the Anastasia brow gel, which that's a good one, but it will bleed up into my skin, which I hate because then I have to go back and correct with concealer, which I am not a fan of. I also have the Gerard Cosmetic Brow Bar to Go. Same thing. I mean, I'll put it on, and then by the time I use the spoolie to like go, brush it out, it will get up here on my skin and down here. And usually when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to go back and correct. Something about this palette, the formula, they nailed it. So I will start with the lighter shade first. And let me brush through with the spoolie just to make sure there's no crazy hairs. And then I will, and actually I'm gonna do it right here because it's a little bit easier for me to see up close. So I will use the lighter shade in the front because it kind of gives that, it doesn't really give a strong ombre look, but it is lighter, it's more of a taupe. So I will use that just to create the shape. Which I think creating the shape is usually what takes the longest. And I want them to look natural. I don't want it to look like a sharp line. And then I will go into this second, the darker shade. And then I'll actually use that to create a line, and I drag it all the way back. And then I'll do the same thing on the bottom. And then I kind of just fill it in. I'm not one to spend a lot of time on my eyebrows. And voila, there we go. Mine are a pretty good shape anyway, so it makes it a little bit easier when applying product. But I know there's ladies out there that, you know, you've got that one brow that never, it's like, you can't get it right to save your life. There we go. So just brush through those with the spoolie. And honestly, this is the e.l.f. lash and brow wand. It's $1 at Target. Or I think you can also get e.l.f. At CVS as well. And so then I'll just go over it. Sometimes I use my, I don't know if I brought it out here. Since I started making videos, I literally have a whole box of makeup to pick out from. It's just much easier. I don't have it out here. Usually I use the Anastasia brow gel, but I actually like this. It's kind of, you can see the consistency. It's just like, I guess you could call it kind of a wax. And I kind of just dab it on there and then brush through it with my finger. Just because you want your brows to be set for the day in place. I'm gonna put some lip gloss on because my lips are super dry. So I picked up this LA Girl lip holographic topper, but I'm gonna use it as a base. Oh, this looks, Elizabeth looks, this looks like something Allie would love. My niece has gotten into makeup and she loves the bright blues, the bright pinks. It's hilarious. You gotta love it. Okay, so I'm going to use the Naked Heat, Urban Decay Naked Heat palette today. This thing is gorgeous. And I was gonna show you guys, just so you know, this happens a lot. You see this one right here? So in my video that I featured the other day about fixing broken palettes, I had to fix this one with alcohol as well. I think I dropped it, you know, I always drop stuff, so I've broken enough, but the good thing with the alcohol is, and a lot of times like with one like this, I would actually pour the alcohol and then actually just use a makeup brush and brush through it. That's the easiest way to fix these kind. So I'm gonna start with the transition shade. I'm gonna start with Sauced, which is this shade right here. We're gonna use that as a transition. And I'm using the Morphe M441. I've said before, Morphe brushes are super affordable, very comparable to some of the MAC brushes that I have, which MAC obviously is more expensive. I will say one thing I've noticed about MAC since like Morphe eyeshadows came out, MAC eyeshadow singles are definitely much, I think they're like $6 a piece now. That was not the case before. So I think just Morphe kind of hit the market and caused a lot of people to realize that they better drop their prices, because the Morphe shadows are so blendable and just high quality for the price that you get. So we'll go in and deepen that up just a little bit more. Bring it up. That's good. Then I will take, this is the Morphe M507. It's just a much smaller, more precise brush, so it's perfect for kind of packing on colors to deepen up your crease. So I'm actually going to, what do I want to do? I'm going to do it's He Devil, which is this shade right here. I think more of a kind of a sienna. And I'm just gonna pack that in. So you see it's like the perfect shape to pack right into the outer corner. And you can kind of bring it up just a little bit. And I'll usually glide it across the top of my crease. We always want to start with a very light hand, especially when you're dealing with dark shadows. But I know makeup can seem really intimidating. A lot of times it's the tools. I mean, if you don't have good brushes, or you know, those most cheap brush sets that you can find at Walmart, I mean, those are not going to do you any favors. It's worth investing in just good quality brushes. And I'm actually going to bring that on the inner corner as well, just to create a dimension. So see, we've got the dark in the center. We'll do a lighter shade. So they've started merging people back into our office this week because I do business development. I did not volunteer to go back in the office, just because honestly, I'd rather be out. I need to be out meeting with clients versus actually being in the office. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to go back in with. I think it's Lumbre, and I'm actually going to, that's what I'm going to take just in the center right here. I'm just going to pack it on. A lot of times what you can do too is you take your brush and spray it with some MAC Fix Plus or some just setting spray, spray it on the brush, and then put it into the product, and it'll really intensify the shadow right here. And I will take my MAC 224. Very similar also to the unique blending brush that I have. And I will just kind of go over all of that just to make sure there's no harsh lines. Sometimes I'll bring it up a little bit high just because I love that smoky look. And then I'm gonna go on my lash. I'm actually gonna do, I've got the MAC Teddy. I think this is one of their kohl liners. So I'm going to put that on my waterline. It's just like the perfect bronzy color, so it's not too intense. So it looks great with browns and bronze shadows. So I'll put that on my inner, or on my waterline. And I'm gonna take my Real Techniques, this is the domed shadow brush. This is my favorite brush to actually do under the eye. I'm gonna go in with He Devil, which is the one that we use on the outer. It is an intense color, so a little bit's gonna go a long way. Sometimes I start in the middle, just with a very light hand. And then I'll go to the outer corner and drag the shadow. And I'll go back in with a little bit more. So you see, you get that nice smoky look. And if you're intimidated with smoky looks, it's better to start, maybe just start with the lighter shadows. Don't go with the darker shadows, because a lot of cool tone shadows can really make a pretty smoky eye as well. And I will use my finger, but today I'm going to show you another, find a good brush. Here's the Real Techniques base shadow brush. I feel like brushes, you can use them however you want. So I will actually go underneath here and I will smoke that out. So I used Sauce, which was the shade we used for my transition. And this just helps do away with any kind of harsh lines. A lot of times I use my fingers just because the natural oil in my finger just makes it easy to kind of blend out that shadow. There we go. And then I'm actually going to create, I'm not really good with liquid winged eyeliner because I think I've said before in my videos, like whenever I get close to my eye, it's like it freaks out, it starts shaking. And so a lot of times I use just an angled brow brush, and then I will actually dip it into an eyeshadow powder and then just kind of stamp it, and it kind of creates that winged look. So I'm actually going to use Ashes, which is the shade right here, and I just do a light hand. I'm actually going to use this mirror. So see, it gives that just that tiny little baby wing. That's all I want. See, super tiny, super easy. And then I'm gonna go in, like I said, I always wait a little bit to set my face. Just let the foundation and stuff set in. So I'm using the Chiate Everyday Vacay translucent powder. So I will take it all over my nose, up into my T-zone, and then my chin, all around my chin, always gets super oily. a lot of times I don't set, I mean, I kind of like that natural glow look. I don't always set my entire face. That's the beauty of makeup, is you kind of do whatever you want. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna bronze my face. I'm gonna use the Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer. Now I will say, this is an expensive bronzer, but let me see if I don't have my, I'm gonna have to go grab my brush. Give me 2 seconds. Oh. So this is the second one of these that I've bought, and you can tell, I mean, I've hit pan on it, but it lasts forever. So I think it's like $50. It smells amazing, and it lasts, it's totally worth it, lasts forever. So this is where I keep all of my face brushes. Let's see, my favorite brush to do bronzer for me is the Real Techniques buffing brush. And I love this because it's a cream bronzer, so it goes on super smooth. It just deposits really well on your face. It's very forgiving. And then, like I said, I always bring it down on my neck. Just gives like the perfect bronze glow. And then I'm going to use, I know I featured this, I'm obsessed with this stuff, this flower, and I've heard so many good things about it before I got it. It's the Blush Balm. So I'm just going to put it just a tiny bit on my hand. I mean, literally a little bit goes a long way. And I basically kind of rub it on my hand like that. I use my beauty blender, so I'll just tap into there and then just deposit it. That's what I love about the beauty blender. It kind of diffuses the product so it's not so intense. And it just looks so natural on the skin. And then I always like to set my cream blushes with a powder blush. And I picked up this, this is A Plum, this is Lancome. It's such a pretty shade, look at that, so pretty. So I use a stipple brush. As you can tell, I'm a Real Techniques fan. So this is just a stippling brush, Real Techniques. Like I said, I think you can find, they come in sets of like, I want to say like 5 or 6 brushes in each set, worth every penny on these brushes. So I'll just tap in here and I will just kind of stipple it on. And I will bring it up. Some people smile and do the apples to your cheeks. I don't. I just like to stipple it and I just bring it a little bit high. And then we will do highlighter. I have a good one. Let me see what I want to use. That might be too dark. Oh, that's what I was going to use. I was going to use the one that I fixed the other day. So here is the Chiate, the one that was literally in a million pieces. So I'm going to take, this is the Morphe M510, and I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. Get it nice and wet. And I will literally dip it into here. I love to wet the brush before I put on highlight because it definitely intensifies, you can tell how much it intensifies that color. And then I bring it on my Cupid's bow. I love this. I love highlighting this area. It's my favorite. Hi, Ashley. And then I'll do a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then I'll go back and do my inner corner. And usually for inner corner, this is the Morphe S20 brush. So just use that. Sometimes I wet it, sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends on what mood I'm in. And then if this feels a little bit too intense, just take your Beauty Blender and a lot of times too is I will go back over all of this with the Beauty Blender. I mean, because the key to makeup is just make sure everything is kind of flawless and blended out. That's the goal. Okay. And then after the other day, after doing false lashes, I am retiring false lashes. So they were just like bugging my eyes, and I was like, you know what? This is why I sell Unique, because that's the whole point of the Epic 4D is it looks like false lashes. So sorry, ladies, I tried. I had high hopes, but they just don't work out for me. So I'm gonna go in with the Moodstruck Epic 4D mascara. And I will usually just I'll coat all of the lashes first. Hi, Lori. See, I will coat. And then honestly, then I'll go on to the next eye and kind of let that set for just, that way when I go back in with another layer, it's dried a little bit. Okay, so there's the first coat. I know, do you love it? This is actually my favorite. And what I love is that it's buildable. So I'll go back in with the next coat. How is Nashville, Lori? You know what? I actually had a conference that was scheduled to be in Nashville in August. And I'm pretty sure they're making it virtual. So I was going to get to go to Nashville and now I don't. I'm super sad. Now I am happy. They're actually, Gage's baseball kicks off tomorrow. I'm like, thank goodness. Mama needs some social interaction. He's going to be on the Red Sox this year. This will be his last year of coach pitch. And we live in Fortville. Yeah, I know. Everything's kind of coming back slowly. We live in Fortville, but Fortville canceled their... actually, I guess it would be the town of Fishers. It was like the Mud Sox League. They canceled all of their athletics. So we were like, screw it, let's go to Noblesville. And they were still having a season, and Noblesville was only 20 minutes from here, so it worked out perfectly. Okay, I mean, Can you not see the length? And I'm going to show you guys a trick that I used to do. And if my friend, if Jacqueline was on here, she would laugh because I used to sit in front of the mirror and I would do this mascara trick. I know my friends thought that I was crazy, but you'll see why once I do it. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, if you guys are interested in this Epic 4D, send me a message. Hi, Amanda. And I can send you a link to order it. It's $29 plus tax and shipping, but I mean, honestly, there are great high-end mascaras, and I would never deny that, but this is probably one of the best lengthening and volumizing mascaras. So what I do, once my mascara is on, I kind of dry it, make sure it's dry, and then I will actually take my fingers and I will hold it like this, and I usually count to 30 seconds, but I'm not going to count out loud. Trust me, like when your husband or your wife sees you do this, they may think you're crazy, but and so, I mean, it just adds so much volume. And then I just go on the inside, do the same thing. I mean, look at that. Call me crazy. I've literally done it since like my early 20s. It's just an extra good technique to add some volume and oomph. So I'm gonna try, I picked up this 211 Rosy Risk, and this is Maybelline. Super pretty, kind of pink nude. There's sometimes I'll use lip liner. A lot of times I just go in with lipstick and skip the liner. I know, Lori. I'm telling you. Do the Epic 4D. Use your fingers. Give yourself an extra 60 seconds, I promise. And then I'm going to finish off. Guys, this stuff is amazing. It is Do Me in the Jungle, Wet n Wild. I'm sure this is probably like it says Jungle Rock, but it looks like it's got some shimmer in it, but I don't ever feel shimmer. So set it. It smells like you're at the beach. Right now, I wish I was at the beach. I'm sure we all wish we were at the beach. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if there's any looks that you would like for me to do, certain eye looks, I hope you're loving the products that I feature every day. And if you're curious of certain things that I use, brushes, message me on the group page, and continue to share the group page link with your friends and family. I really want this community to grow, and I love seeing the interaction, and it's such a positive thing, and we all love beauty, we all love fashion. The nice thing is, once I actually get back to work, I actually have lunches every day next week, so this is going to be like, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. So once I actually get out and do work meetings, I'll be able to show you guys some more fashion stuff, because I love fashion, and I actually just got a couple of cute rain jackets from Target on the clearance rack. So maybe I'll snap a pic of one of those today. I may be in leggings, but who cares, right? I think they were, it was like $17, but super cute rain jacket. But I love sharing just fashion. I'm obsessed with shoes. If I showed you guys how many shoes I have, you'd probably laugh at me, but hey, to each their own, right? But thank you for being on today, and you're all beautiful, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.